whilst doing research on Peter Allen, and now Peter Allen, for those people that don't know whom he is, I'll give you a bit of background because it is important to today's video, because I'm actually going to twist this video around a bit, even though you've got two famous people in this video, the late Dame Edna Everage, plus the incredibly talented and very popular André Rieu. It is actually a homage to Peter Allen and the song that Dame Edna Everage is going to sing. Now, Peter Allen was, for those that didn't know, an Australian. And André Rieu did this concert in Australia, introduced Dame Edna Everage. They had a great laugh on stage. Part 1 and part 2 of this particular video is out on YouTube, so do go search for it. You will laugh your head off. It's so funny. Dame Edna Everage will live on in videos like this, and just the memories of those that absolutely adored the persona that was Dame Edna Everage. And I've got to give it to André Rieu. He plays his part well. He's very funny on stage. The two of them together, it's about 40 minutes, 30 minutes. Do check it out. You'll enjoy both videos. Now, Peter Allen, we're getting back to whom wrote today's song that Dame Edna Everage sings. Because Dame Edna Everage always sang this song and sang it from the heart when given the chance and when appropriate and when it was needed. And in Australia, of course, she's going to, and I'll refer to she, because obviously she, Dame Edna Everage, and she sang a particular song we'll talk about just in a minute. But Peter Allen was the person that wrote this song. He was an Australian singer-songwriter himself, musician and entertainer, also known for his flamboyant style and persona, energetic performances and lavish costumes, everybody. And when it came to a particular musical, on my research of Peter Allen, because I wanted to savor this song, and it is called I Still Call Australia Home. That's the song I'm featuring today, believe it or not, sung by Dame Edna Everage. Bit of light-hearted entertainment, and I've got to say, for the third time I think, do check out part 1 and part 2 with Dame Edna Everage in Australia, Melbourne, appearing live with André Rieu on stage. Just hysterically funny, just to lift you even further. But back to Peter Allen. It came from an album I call Still Australia, written by himself, The Boy from Oz. And when I went to my notes, Hugh Jackman's performance of that particular song and Allen's Once Before I Go Home from The Boy from Oz was featured in a montage dedicated to himself and those people associated with what the musical was about. And all I can say is Peter Allen was gifted. The person that's going to sing it was gifted. André Rieu, who has his wonderful orchestra to back up Dame Edna Everage's performance, is gifted. And so I don't need to do bios on Dame Edna Everage or André Rieu. We all know and love them. But I just felt a little bit about that would have been nice for Peter Allen. And it comes from that album, The Boy from Oz. It is track 22 of that, in case you want to check it out. And it is a musical it comes from. And I want you to sit back now with that little bit of knowledge and just enjoy a little bit of spontaneity from Dame Edna Everage. And we'll discuss the lyrics straight after. You've sat, laughed and watched these two.
Hey, I'm very proud and directly of him. Oh, what do we do now?
I'll tell you.
Oh, you had to borrow a funny old cheap violin.
No, cheap other one, yeah. Dame Edna?
What?
I admire you already your whole life for your voice.
Well,
Would you like...
get to like the rest. You will. I do have a beautiful voice, I must admit.
Do you want to sing
In
something
fact,
for us?
my accent is beautiful, isn't it? And I'm coaching Julia Gillard at the moment. I am.
please sing something for us?
That's not a Dutch joke exactly, but I do want to sing a song which was composed by a friend of mine, deceased now, but a lovely, lovely man, a brilliant man. His name was Peter Allen. I've been to cities that never closed down, from New York to Rio to old London town. But no matter how far or how wide I roam, I still call Australia home. Journalists have asked me which land I prefer, but I've seen so many countries, they've turned into a blur. But so long as I'm on stage with André Rieu, I still call Australia home. All those little possums spinning round the world, away from their family and friends. But as the world goes colder and a little older, it's good to know where your journey ends. Someday we'll all be together again, when all of the ships come back to the shore. I'll realize something that I've ever known. Still call Australia home. One day we'll be all together once more, when all of the ships come into the shore. We'll realize something that we've always known. Still call Australia. Still call Australia. Still call Australia home. Thank you, Buzzard. Thank you, Andre. Thank you, orchestra.
Theatrics, music, you had it all there. But people don't know the actual lyrics and the person that wrote that song. So that's why I paid homage to Peter Allen today. And it was quite an interesting story behind the song and the lyrics. And I'm just going to I put it in a storytelling form to make it easier. I Still Call Australia Home is a patriotic song written by Australian singer-songwriter Peter Allen. And the song expresses a deep love and longing for one's home country, Australia, despite travelling to various cities around the world. It's become iconic anthem for Australians, often performed at national events or sporting occasions. The lyrics evoke that sense of wanderlust and adventure, and stating that the narrator, has travelled to cities that never sleep, like New York, Rio and London, but regardless of those experiences, they still consider Australia their home. The repetition of the I still call Australia my home line emphasizes a strong emotional connection and attachment to the homeland. The line, I'm always traveling, I love being free, that reflects a person's enjoyment of exploring new places and embracing nomadic lifestyle. However, they admit that their heart still remains tied to Australia, symbolized by the phrase, my heart lies waiting over the phone. This suggests that despite their love for travelling, there's always a yearning for the familiar and comforting feeling of home. We all can connect to that. The song further acknowledges the widespread dysphoria of Australians, with lines like all the sons and daughters spinning around the world away from their family and friends. And there's many an Irish song and many a local song. From all around the world we have local songs that express those sentiments in the lyrics. about the sons that have left the country to go and seek new lives and adventure. And that line, it resonated to me, and I said, you know what, this is a powerful song. Even though it's beautifully sung by Dame Edna Everage, it's something we can all relate to. It's the relatability of the song. And culturally, I Still Call Australia Home reflects that sense of identity and pride that we all have at being a citizen of our country, in this particular case Australia. Now, Australia is rich in history, immigration, diverse population, very like Ireland, and the song, and I'm sure like your own country, resonates with people from various backgrounds who share a love for the country. The song utilizes symbolism of ships returning to the shore to represent that collective reunion. The lines, but someday we'll all be together once more when all of the ships come back to the shore. That represents for me the hope of a future when all Australians abroad will return to their homeland. I hope that never happens for Ireland, because there's millions of Irish descendants and millions of Irish connections and families around the world that if they all came back to little old Ireland, there'd be no room for anybody. There wouldn't. But it reinforces anyway, doesn't it? The notion that no matter how far you travel, your homeland is so important. In this case, it was Australia in the lyrics. And it'll always be that ultimate destination you hope to get back to. Even if it's a fantasy, you hope. And this, you know, isn't it great to live a life full of hope? Overall, the song conveys that powerful message. I still call Australia my home, belong with pride and in the enduring connection you have to your homeland. It serves as a reminder of our cultural, regardless of which country you come from, your cultural heritage and emotional ties, whether it be passed down through stories, through grandparents or your parents. It's still embedded in our hearts and our thoughts and our wishes and our hopes. You're binded to your roots, regardless of whatever country you've been reared in. Your roots are your roots. It's what genetically makes you the person you are, culturally, emotionally, physically, and mentally, believe it or not. So the song's significance in its ability to evoke that sense of nostalgia, and I'm kind of choking up, and unity amongst Australians, provides a source of comfort and identity wherever they may be in the world. Amen to that. And to all the songs that you know, maybe in the comments you'll mention some of them, that is important to you, that has the same sentiments, embrace them, keep them alive. And I hope I've brought Peter Allen back to life on stage with Dame Edna Everage and André Rieu doing their thing in homage of a man that wrote a great song. Thanks for listening. Take care.